Hey, good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and our other podcasting sites as well. And 2020 review of Week 10 in the NFL, and I tell you, a lot of games got pushed back to that 4 o'clock window after the Masters, and they did not disappoint. I'm on fumes because I actually watched football all day. Usually, I take a nap in between games or whatever, but I couldn't take no nap today. Definitely with that 4:25 game, and you know thank you for tablets and computers and phones and all that because we definitely could watch a lot of games at once in the red zone network and all that stuff. And y'all see the little guy. The little guy is stunned. Usually he's stunned like this when a kicker misses a chippy. But
I
when he
saw a
just
kicker
seen,
today. I saw a kicker today, and I want to give a big shout out to this kid. Hello, everybody. I want to give big shout out to this kid from Lenape, New Jersey, Lenape High School. He has a name that you shouldn't have for a field goal kicker. His name is Dylan Shank.
oh boy,
Like as if you shanked the kick.
oh boy.
Let me tell you something. That high school boy nailed a 48-yarder today in overtime. And his team won 38-28. But let me tell you something, man. We got some real exciting games to go over. But no more exciting than what we just saw from Kyler Murray. But we'll save it. Let's get right into it. NFC East tilt today. And the Daniel Dimes Jones led Giants beat the Dirty Eagles 27-17. So Philly still leads the division, but they lead it at 3-5-1.
I know I might be jumping ahead of myself with this game, but one of these days we are going to have to talk about what is going on with Carson Wentz.
Let's talk about it, man. Like he's not playing up to his contract.
He's just not.
He's
He's
not,
just
and
his skills have diminished. He's
they
just
keep
not good
making
anymore. It's just
they
like,
keep making excuses for him. They keep he don't have receivers. Well, he got Alshon Jeffries back today,
and I
but he
know a lot of
still
people
played
say.
bad.
I know a lot of people say that the ACL injury that he was having an MVP season before that ACL injury, but he had an ACL injury as well as in college. Might as well just come down to it that the kid just might not be that good no more. You see that where some people just peak early, and just the NFL defenses will catch up to you and throw you different type of disguises. He just he holds the ball too long, and he just is not accurate like he used to be. He used to be
Poor
pretty
decision.
accurate.
He makes poor
Yeah,
decisions. Like his decision making is suspect. He got suspect decision making, man.
but definitely,
That's true.
I know we criticize Danny Dimes as well a lot, but he's an athlete, and I think one of the things that you see in Danny Dimes is you see that he could you could work with him. Like we discussed earlier on the show, when the guys gave great input, they being Giant fans, they wasn't being biased. But I just don't think that you could pass up Lawrence if that pick is there. But definitely Dwayne. I just think that the Giants, you like their defensive coordinator. You think he coaches them well.
Coaches them well, man. Hey, listen, you know, I may be saying this with I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. But Big Red know what he doing, man. You know, it was just his time was just over in Dallas, man. Big Red will be a head coach in the NFL again. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if Jim Harbaugh don't come back and take the New York Jets, the Jets need to take a long look at Jason Garrett. Laugh if you want, but I think him getting out of Dallas, him getting another opportunity, I think he's still gonna be a good coach in this league, man. And he got
Yeah,
Daniel Jones playing decent, man. And what does Jason Garrett see in the Eagles defense when it comes to running Daniel Jones? Because in 2 games he has run
I tell you what
wild.
he sees that their defensive ends are very aggressive and they crash, which is interesting because he wouldn't run Dak Prescott a
No.
lot, but he sees it with the Giants that their ends crash at their running backs. But the Giants, actually, if you watch that game, their offensive line has been much maligned the last few years, probably 8 years, and their offensive line just manhandled Fletcher Cox and them. And it's
Yeah.
funny because I kind of spoke up about Fletcher Cox today, and he had a bad game. He had one of the worst games I've seen him play in a long time. And
But
he
hey,
actually,
the NFC East is up for grabs. Up for grabs.
what's the next game you got him to sleep?
Oh, okay. I wasn't ready. I thought we were still talking.
Oh, it isn't much to talk about. Both
No.
teams are 350,
Yeah, the NFC East
350
is
winning
going.
percentage,
The
and,
NFC East is going
and
nowhere
they got
fast.
4 minutes in a segment of a show.
Hey, what I thought was going to be a blowout today and a no contest, the Jacksonville Jaguars showed some heart with a rookie quarterback, and he just showed that he was a rookie late in that game. You can't take the sacks that kid was taking late in the game. You got to
I,
give him the ball.
the whole panel picked the Packers, and it's funny because I kind of go back to what you always say about Mr. Morris. This is one of those weeks, and this is one of the weeks where I can reference your father on about 5 or 6 games here.
One
Where,
big one that we will talk about
yeah,
that made the
yeah,
whole world mad.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But hey,
yeah.
man, Jacksonville played with heart when you would think they shouldn't be trying to win any games to get Trevor Lawrence. You know, hey, man, that tells you, man, these teams are still trying to win, man. Like everybody say tank, tank, tank. But these are professionals, man. And they work hard every week and they want to win, man.
They can't tank because they put stuff on tape, and
Yeah.
nobody wants to have that bad tape week.
Yeah.
Besides the coaches, their coaches that may know what's going on. You put bad tape down there, and them guys on Twitter will destroy you. And
Yeah.
next thing you know, they be looking at your contract, and teams will cut you. I mean, it just goes to show, like NFL contracts ain't guaranteed. So you put some bad tape out there if you want to, and
They'll
they'll
find,
deal with you.
they'll find you. All right. A very close game. The Detroit Lions moved to 4-5 with a 3-point win over the Washington football team. Very, very bad job by Chase Young. He's been having a very good rookie season, but that late in the game, you cannot hit the quarterback like that. They're going to call it every time. And that penalty allowed the Lions to complete a pass on the next play and then kick a 59-yard field goal.
It's crazy.
He'll
It's
learn from,
crazy.
but it was terrible.
It's crazy because you got these what we would probably consider great defensive players in the game today, just like every year in football. But they got to understand that football is not like 20 years ago. It's catered to the offense. You can't touch that helmet. You can't
Yeah.
touch them a split second late. Even if the referee don't think that you've seen them, because I saw a call today. Well, I don't think the lineman knew he got rid of the ball, but he touched that quarterback after he threw it, and they threw the flag. So
Throw the flag.
hope,
They're going to get you.
hopefully Chase Young picks it up, man, and be able to learn from this because
The,
football is 3 phases, but those little mistakes will cost you a game.
Listen, as much as I kill Matt Patricia every week, his Detroit Lions are 4-5. So, you may have a team. You may actually have a team over 500 on Turkey Day because you looking at Cowboys Washington football team on Turkey Day, and their records, both their
Yeah,
records. Is,
and it's kind of crazy because Turkey Day kind of got canceled because of the COVID. So
yeah.
people definitely gonna be stuck in the house, and it's gonna be a lot of people watching these games. It's gonna be all eyes on Turkey Day, and interesting.
And like I always say, we're off this week. We're on a bye. But you tell me any other team in this wonderful country of ours who are 2-7, right? Dallas Cowboys, and still leading every show. First Take, Undisputed, Colin. They still talking about the Cowboys. That's why you all hate us. I get it. All right, that's my little bit on the Cowboys. We'll move on. The most disappointing 6-3 team I've ever seen in my life. The Cleveland Browns won 10-7 today. And I'm going to say it. and I'm going to say it loud and proud, Baker Mayfield stinks out loud. He stinks. He stinks.
You know, we talk about Cleveland a lot because we like the coach. He coached up under
Yeah.
Zim. We like the offensive. Craig always mentions the offensive coordinator when he was with Dallas, and the skill position players they got, the running backs, the defense, the young secondary. Is Cleveland one of those teams, Dwayne, that may sniff around for another quarterback next year when all these quarterback moves is
Man,
going on?
listen, man. I mean, I guess you got to stay with Baker, right? He was your number one pick. Maybe he'll still keep growing, but it's just something missing. And so you took him 1 overall, man. But there's something missing there. So they can't
And
give
it's
up on him just yet.
and it's funny because me and you, when they drafted him and the cornerback from Ohio State, the quarterback from Ohio State was all pro his first year, and
Yeah.
his skills have digressed.
Yeah,
And
Denzel
that's
Ward.
very rare for a cornerback to
Yeah.
go that way so quickly. And he was so good so early in his career. And then with Baker, I mean, I always thought it was a reach for Baker to be in the first overall pick.
Yeah, I
I,
never.
I actually thought Rosen was better than him, but when you got
Yeah.
Allen coming along, he's lucky that Sam Donald is
Yeah.
in purgatory, football purgatory right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But on one note on this game, it's a lot of gamblers right now that's looking for Nick Chubb. They want to kill Nick Chubb. But guess what, folks? He made a smart football play. You don't want to score there. You don't. You step out of bounds and you end the game. He ended the game 10-7. And the line was 3.5. The line was 3.5. Gamblers are hot. They're mad. Nick Chubb did what he was supposed to do, though. And you know we're gonna breeze through these tonight.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick on that game, Dwayne.
Mm-hmm.
Is Miles Garrett the real deal?
Miles Garrett's the real deal. I know he made a mistake last year with the Mason Rudolph thing, but he's the real deal, man, and he's gonna be the real deal for a long, long time. Long time. Next game, you know, it was my upset special of the day, and it didn't pan out. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers moved to 7-3. They beat the Panthers 3-7. Who's 3-7? They beat them 46-23. Tampa Bay started out slow, like we predicted this morning because of their travel situation. But second half, they just proved to be who they are against the Panthers. And the Panthers, Matt Rule's building something, but they're still not ready for something like that.
Yeah.
The battle of the rookie quarterbacks. Tua came out on top on this one, 29-21. I would like to give a shout out to my co-host here, Quentin Ford. I'd like to give him a pat on the back.
And likewise.
I would like to give myself a pat on the back. If you remember, we told you during our draft special, watch the Miami Dolphins. This Brian Flores is building something, folks. This team is 6-3, folks. Buffalo lost today.
And that was a big loss by Buffalo, which might hurt them a couple weeks.
Buffalo
you don't lose like that, and it don't affect you.
Buffalo 7-3. Miami is 6-3. Miami's in play to win this AFC East. Me and this man told you on draft night, and everybody laughed at us. Everybody called us crazy. And let me tell you, they won twice today, the Miami Dolphins. They won today because they won on the field, and they also won because the Houston Texans lost another game, and they get Houston's first-round draft pick.
I'm telling y'all, folks, me and Dwayne, listen, if we weren't diehard Cowboy fans, we'd probably be talking that South Beach stuff because I'm telling y'all, Miami Dolphins, if you really understand football, this year and next year, that AFC East is going to be them in Buffalo. The Jets in New England better rebuild quick because Miami got something special down there, y'all.
Now you are listening and watching two humble cats. Yeah, I'm gonna say we both humble, but we told you.
Yeah,
We told you.
we told y'all about Miami.
We told you. And it was nobody else that told you. It was that man right there and me. We told you.
And FYI, if you ever need to focus on a team and want to know what we saw, we seen a coach strip it down and still get the guys to play hard. And that's very rare in the NFL. He stripped it down. You had veterans begging him not to get traded, knowing they was basically
What was
tanking.
coming? They knew what was coming.
They was begging, please don't trade me, because they knew the culture. You had a guy like Byron Jones, who used to be on the Cowboys, straight up said he learned more
I miss him.
in 1 year under
Think about
Flores so far than he learned in his lifetime of football.
Think about that. He's building a culture. You had 3 former New England Patriots that said they left the Patriots and went to Miami because of this man. Yeah. All right, 2 seconds. Raiders 37, Broncos 12. Don't look now. Las Vegas is 6-3.
Another guy. I mean, I know we a lot of people don't really like Gruden. A lot of people don't understand him because a lot of people don't realize how good of a coach he was before he left, because we understand it was 15 years, 16 years before he coached again. But John Gruden builds football teams from the lines out. He understands that.
He did a good job on NFL Network with draft coverage for years. That man knows this draft. He knows all these players. He's been watching them for years in his former job. And they built the team in their likeness. They didn't care when people told them they were crazy for taking the kid from Clemson, Colin Farrell, as early as they did. They knew their culture that they wanted to create. And I'm telling people all the time, it's about culture. It's about building culture. That's what you're doing. And Las Vegas is 6-3. And I want y'all to remember, there's an extra playoff team this year. There's an extra playoff team. Don't be surprised on the AFC side.
And make sure, because
silver and black.
We will be on lockdown, so that's a good thing, because we gotta bring these COVID numbers down, because they just hit 11 million.
These COVID numbers down. All right. Thanksgiving is fast approaching. Enjoy it with your immediate family. You ain't gonna have all your friends over this year. Deal with it. All right. The game that should not have been on in the New York market, the Pittsburgh Steelers moved to 9-0 in a laughing against Cincinnati, 36-10. We knew it was coming. New York got jobbed because we should have got the game of the week, and but thankfully we did have the game of the week in New York, and that was Arizona Buffalo, which we will get to. We got to save that for last.
One of the things I think they did, I think NFL execs wanted to give the New York market a chance to see an undefeated team. I think that's really what it was.
And Pittsburgh's a national team.
They travel well. A lot of fans, Steelers fans in New Jersey.
Yeah, I get it. All right, moving right along. Washington lost 3 straight. I'm sorry, San Francisco lost 3 straight games for the first time since 2018. The Saints. I'm sorry, I'm rushing through. I'm gonna slow down. Let me take a breath. New Orleans 27, San Francisco 13. The 49ers are a mess at quarterback, right?
49ers just don't have no players, man.
They're a mess.
It's as we always say every year, nobody could ever put their hand on it. The only team that we've ever seen do it was 4 straight times. The Buffalo Bills was the only team to come back, lose the Super Bowl, and come back and be just as good as the year before. It's always a Super Bowl hangover. And with the 49ers, with their injuries, coupled with that, and then, they had some tough decisions with Buckner. They had to trade, and really like their identity of punching you in the mouth on defense and running the football, they don't have an identity no more. And right now, with all the injuries and not knowing what's going on with porn star Jimmy, the 49ers is a very interesting team. They keep losing. They might be in position to trade up to get one of those quarterbacks. It's going to be very interesting what they decide to do.
It is going to be that.
With the Saints, I know that Drew Brees got knocked out the game.
Yeah, man. it's something that I want to say before we leave the air, but I'm gonna hold it. It's gonna be pretty amazing. Let me just say that we got a pretty amazing game coming up this week 11, and it's a national game. I think we're all in for a treat, but I'll wait on that.
Yeah.
The Fox game of the week. Um, hey, the Rams. They won 5 of their last 6 against the Seahawks. Me and Quentin tried to tell people the Seahawks are different on the road. COVID, no COVID, whatever. They just don't play well on the road.
This is another team that you see the young coach. I know I'm not a big Sean McVay fan. However, he's an excellent coach, and he saw something. Last year, he saw them with the Super Bowl hangover, and he decided to let a lot of players go to even take a cap hit for a bigger future. And I think that he learned to build around his young quarterback instead of building around Todd Gurley, which was actually a smart choice. It seemed crazy at the time, like, why would they do that to Gurley? But at the end of the day, like, they ate a lot of money, and you see that Goff is getting better. He's learning the offense more. He's got more hold because the guy didn't even get to play until right before he called the play, right at the line of scrimmage, he would get to play. So now you see Goff in and out the huddle. They running them 3 receiver sets. The Rams is a very interesting team. And I got to apologize to Dwayne for Friday because, like I've been saying on the broadcast, is that Dwayne hung up on me. But
I did. And
what he hung up.
It was a despicable display by me.
What he hung up on me is I sometimes have amnesia that Jerome Brown is going to walk through that door, that Reggie White is going to walk through that door, that Aaron Donald's going to walk through that door, Warren Sapp is going to walk through the door. I have to realize that defensive tackles and defensive ends are rare breeds, and no way you should ever pick one of them guys over a shutdown corner. Because all that saying Metcalf might be the best receiver ever, it's an APB out on him. It's an APB out on Metcalf. He ran into number 20 today, y'all.
Number 20 today.
And then the other corner was catching interceptions like he was over there. See, that's what happens when you have a great corner. You can leave him alone and you can roll the zone to the other side. We've only seen that, and I know it's been some great corners in the league. I've only seen that with 2 other guys. One, Coach Prime. Mm-hmm. The other one was Revis Island. Them other guys is good. Don't get me wrong. We've seen a lot of great corners, but Ramsey is something special.
The Dallas Cowboys, and I know I mentioned them once, but that year in the draft, they couldn't go wrong either way. If they took Ezekiel Elliott, they were set up. This is what people need to understand, because I'm just going to say this, but I had a friend of mine that called me out after our show this morning. And he called me out because I said it wasn't a good decision taking Saquon Barkley number 2 by the Giants. And he was like, but you were so happy when the Cowboys took Ezekiel Elliott 4. It was a different situation. The Cowboys had their line. They had their wide receivers. They had their quarterback in Romo. The missing piece to that offense was Zeke Elliott because DeMarco Murray left. So that's why at 4, Zeke was the pick.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray left, and then Joe Randall went crazy, still in cologne and underwear.
So at 4 that year, Zeke Elliott was the pick, but you couldn't go wrong because if you didn't take Zeke Elliott, you was going to take Jalen Ramsey.
And even so with that, like even if Ramsey or Zeke would have been off the board, the Cowboys probably would have got Carson Wentz, which a lot of people don't know. They loved him coming out. They had their quarterback, Zeke. See, that's where a lot of people don't understand that Zeke Elliott was not drafted for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was supposed to never see the field.
Was supposed to never see it. And then Zeke helped him in 2016. He helped him. They were led by all right, but enough about the Cowboys. Future stepdaddy ain't cooked today, man. He cooked, but his gumbo wasn't good, man.
One of the things that they're doing with Russell is they're doing a lot of run blitzes, and they running them lanes where he can't escape. I saw a couple of times where those ends came crashing, and he stepped up, and Floyd and Donald would be right there. He had to get around them. He had a rough game, man. He got hit pretty
Yeah,
hard this game.
got hit pretty hard. All right, game of the day, and we said it this morning. We said it, and Cat, as is my man. But when we talk, y'all better start listening, man. We kind of know what we doing here, man. We called it. We said Arizona Buffalo was going to be the game of the day, and it did not disappoint. Hey, man, heck of a defense by both teams. They got big stops when they needed stops. Buffalo had back-to-back stops, which gave them a chance to take a lead in this game. Josh Allen led his team down the field. He took a late lead. But he left too much time for Kyler Murray. And I apologize to Kyler Murray this morning on our show because I said I undersold his value. This kid is good. He set a record today. Not since the merger. The merger happened a long time ago, folks. The merger happened in the 60s. Not since the merger of the AFL to the NFL has a quarterback rushed for a touchdown in 5 straight games. Kyler Murray did that today.
I just got one.
You've had Randall Cunningham. You've had
Michael Vick.
You got Lamar Jackson. This man has done something. None of them.
The only thing I can say about Kyler Murray is catch me if you can. Because his elusiveness is up there with Barry Sanders when it comes from being in the pocket area. I don't know what would happen if he ever get hit, but if you could keep him in the pocket, you're good. Because he moves around, and the coach, this offense was designed for him.
Listen, let me
anybody that knows the history of the coach and him, this offense is Kyler Murray's offense designed for him. They're good. Arizona's good.
This is our last game we're talking about, so I got a little time. I want to be clear about this, folks. That last play, Foyer, Hyde, and White, they defended it how you're supposed to defend it. They were all there. Amazing individual effort by DeAndre Hopkins. The matchup that Quentin highlighted this morning between DeAndre Hopkins and Tre'Davious White, it didn't disappoint. Those two men went at each other all day long. Hopkins got the last laugh, man.
One of the things
over 3 defenders.
One of the things that catch
guaranteed. You're gonna see that highlight for years to come, and it will be on ESPN tomorrow night. And Randy Moss will say, "You got Moss."
One of the things, and it's funny Dwayne brought up Randy Moss because that's what I'm referred to. That reminded me when Randy Moss was in Minnesota and Culpepper came to the team, and that country dude used to always say, "Just throw it up, I go get it." And that's what Hopkins went and did. He went and got that piece.
Believe it or not, folks, with the win today and the Seattle loss to the Rams, the Arizona Cardinals are in first place in the NFC West. They're in first place at 6-3. Now, what I told you is Thursday night is going to be a banger. Thursday night may be the best game of Week 11. Cardinals, Seahawks.
Cardinals Seahawks.
I froze for a little bit there.
The second
Cardinals
go around.
Seahawks. Thursday night football. 2 6-3 teams. The battle of the NFC West. That NFC West is up for grabs. You got 3 teams with 6 wins. 3 6-3 teams.
I'm gonna ask you a question because our lovely host is watching. Julia's watching.
Hello.
So Julia has a show on Thursday at 9:00. So I can't watch the game. We have to watch the show between 9 and 10.
I'm always going to watch The Crown Rules because it's an amazing show. Gives me great insight every week. I'm not caping for Julia. We all know she's a star. She's a star on this Let's Talk platform, and we have to learn to support each other. She supports all our shows. So what I will be doing is I have my setup, man, and my little layer here. I got my laptop. So on my laptop will be the Crown Rules show, and on my TV will be Arizona Seattle. Because listen, as a people, and listen, we love everybody. Don't get twisted what I'm about to say. But as a people, we have to learn to work together, to love each other, to uplift each other, and support each other. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't stop. It didn't stop with President-elect Joe Biden getting in here, and it was nice that he said we've had his back because we have had his back. But now we have to demand certain things from him as well. And I usually don't talk politics, but I'm just saying we're gonna support each other. So Crown Rules will reign on Thursday night as well as the NFL game.
Yeah, how do you maintain love? That's going to be episode 6.
Man, I can't wait to meet the 10 gentlemen.
She has a treat coming this week.
Listen, I can't wait to meet the 10 gentlemen that will poll for this amazing book, man. Like, you missing it. If you ain't reading this book, I'm telling y'all something. And again, I ain't capping for nobody. Listen, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in these episodes. I've learned a lot about myself and how I view love. That's what it is. No, we're not going to allow Quentin to watch the game during it.
I got something for you, Dwayne. Got a treat for you.
I will call him out.
Got a treat for you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm a little dark. I'm outside. The kids going to sleep.
This is Tyrone, sir. Tyrone is in the building,
team
Dwayne.
in the NFC is right here, man.
But Tyrone, you got to watch them Cardinals, man. We told you this morning. Man, them Cardinals, man.
Nah, them Cardinals, they look all right, man.
He should know about the Cardinals. He go back to the Cardinals when they had Fitzgerald and Bolden back then.
He was covered by 3 people.
Yeah, you got to knock the ball down, pass interference, something.
So that's about it. Tyrone, you got something to say? You got something to say about your Packers?
No, we're the number 1 team in the NFC, 7-2. I said the game was going to be close. We play down to our competition. We always do. I don't know why, but that's what Green Bay does. And I told you it was going to be close, and they came down our defense, and they made a stop. I was happy.
You guys previewing tonight's? Well, we already previewed tonight's game.
We previewed it. I mean, it's going. I'll be honest, man. Y'all know I love football. I watch all types of football. I watched some youth football today on YouTube. Shout out to the Brick City Lions.
They won.
They're doing big things. They won a lot of games today, and the championships is next week. Shout out to them. I know Eric Green's son played for one of those Brick City Lion teams.
Yeah, that's my barber, Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to the Lions for sure. But yeah, Q, man, I'm gonna watch it, but anything is gonna be a letdown from that Buffalo Arizona game, man.
I don't know. You know one thing about the Cardinals of Seattle, that NFC West right now, if the 49ers was healthy, that NFC West put on some real good football. I hate to say it, that might be the most competitive division in football.
In a long time, man.
But yeah, Seattle's horrible, man. Seattle's horrible, man.
Listen, the AFC is shaping up too, Q, man. You got a lot of the Browns are 6-3. The Dolphins are 6-3.
Yeah, the Dolphins look good.
The Raiders are 6-3. Like, we're gonna have some exciting football down the stretch. Hopefully, COVID allows us to have exciting football down the stretch. But it's gonna be a good stretch run, man. You know they say the season really starts after Thanksgiving, man. So it's about to get real interesting.
Yeah, we got the Colts next. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, that's a good game. That's going to be a good game. That's one I'll be watching.
We got the Colts
and the
Titans.
Think about that, Q, real quick. The Colts are 6-3. The Titans are 6-3, right? Then you got the Browns. They 6-3, right? Dolphins 6-3, Raiders 6-3. That's a lot of 6-3 teams, man, in that AFC. And the Steelers just keep winning, man. You know, I mean, I think a lot of that is their schedule too. I'm not hating.
Yeah, they ain't play nobody really.
I ain't hating on them. They 9-0. I get it, but I want to see when they get a little bit more meat on that schedule coming up. So another week down, man. These NFL weeks tip off, man. We through week 10, man.
Man, I lost my fantasy. I lost my bets. It was a terrible day for me, man. Terrible day of football. Except the Packers winning, that shit was terrible, man.
And for the gamblers, Tyrone gambles legally.
Legally.
Off his phone through DraftKings.
Sports bet, yeah, legally.
And let's just say this. Ain't no casino never went bankrupt, y'all. Just remember that. Casinos go bankrupt because of the hotels, man.
Yeah,
it ain't got nothing to do with the casino.
I will say this, man. Y'all leave Nick Chubb alone, man. He wasn't thinking about y'all gamblers. He was thinking about winning that game. So he stepped out of bounds.
When he didn't score?
Yeah.
I know my man was sick, yo. He had him, and he lost because of that shit.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying.
I ain't seen it. I just seen... I was watching it on my phone, and I seen 59 yard. He stopped at the 1. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep, he stepped out.
But they would have still won if he would have scored. They would have been up 10.
Yeah, he just killed the clock, but he's not a very well-liked man today.
Yeah. Especially that was his first game back, too.
Yeah, man. So week 11, fellas, and you got some good ones. Like I said, this Thursday night football game this week is going to be amazing, man.
Yeah, man. That shit should be good. Man.
And Tyrone, who y'all got this week?
We got the Colts.
They got the Colts.
We got the Colts.
So
Tyrone, all I can say, me and Dwayne root for the Colts defense.
I like playing against Phillips Rivers. We know we're gonna have a chance. He's gonna throw us one.
Yeah. So next week, just real quick, Q, you got Cardinals, Seahawks, Eagles, Browns, Bengals football team, Falcons, Saints, Steelers, Jaguars, Patriot, Texans, Lions, Panthers, Titans, Ravens, Jets, Chargers, Dolphins, Broncos, Packers, Colts, Chiefs, Raiders. And then on Monday night, Rams, Buccaneers. That Sunday night game, Q, going to be good in Las Vegas. The Chiefs go to the Raiders. You know, I think the Chiefs, they only lost to the Raiders, so they're going to be ready for that. And the Fox game of the week will be Packers, Colts.
You know what? I just want to say one thing. You know what's terrible, man? The Texans, man. They should not be allowed in the football. They should not be allowed in the NFL, man. What they're doing to Deshaun Watson is a travesty, man.
It's a crime that he has to play for that organization, man.
It's a crime, man. I'll ask for a trade.
Bill O'Brien really, really messed them up, man. He really messed them up. But Q, you got anything else, man? Game is starting.
That's it. Beautiful week 10, man. And me and Dwayne say this every year, and every year I hate to say it. Football season flies, man. It goes real quick, y'all. It goes too quick, man. It's been beneficial this year because of the COVID, but at the end of the day, y'all, you know, we need the NFL, man. We might need 20 weeks right now.
And the games go too quick. I mean, the Buffalo had the ball for one time, and it was like 2 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, man. Games go fast. It happens quick, man. Oh, and Q.
Yeah.
Yo, it is.
It's coming down out here, boy.
My God. Yo.
Oh yeah, it's rough, y'all.
I'm down here in Mercer County, like, what in the world? Yo, Q.
Yeah.
I didn't get to talk to you. That Chicago PD episode was a banger, my friend.
Yeah.
Y'all watch that? I gotta watch that.
Yo, it was a banger, man. Atwood, I love him, man. He need an award this year, Q, for his acting.
He's going in. This is where LaTroy Hawkins is about to show everybody.
Listen, he about to become a household name, man. Somebody gonna start putting him in some big movies, yo. Yeah. That black man acting his tail off, bro.
Yeah. With that, everybody stay safe out there, man. Have a great week. And week 11, we'll see y'all hopefully 9 o'clock Sunday morning.
Thank you so much.
All right, bro.